All right, it is 6 o'clock on Monday, June 17th. We'll call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we'll have the roll call.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
All right, item 4 is approval of tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Collister, seconded by Bennett. If we have no discussion, take the roll.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Item 5 is our public participation. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the city council? Anyone on Zoom? If not, we'll move on. Item 6 is presentations. It'll be Terry Creegan presenting Bob Lane with the VFW National Dispatcher Award. Come up to the podium if you would, Terry.
It's not often we get to make presentations like this. Too often our civil servants do their job and nobody gets to say thank you. And this is an opportunity to say thank you. According to this, this is not a VFW post 3633 here in Maquoketa. It's not a district or a department, meaning state of Iowa. This is a national award. I'm going to read the award to you. VFW National Dispatcher Award, awarded to 911 dispatcher Robert Lane. In recognition and sincere appreciation of his dedication and selfless service to Maquoketa Police Department, during Robert Lane's outstanding career, he has maintained a record of highly professional and exemplary service to the community and the nation. His extraordinary commitment clearly illustrates the proud core values and traditions of the dispatcher profession, further highlighted by the degree of admiration and respect of both his peers and the local public he serves. 911 dispatcher Robert Lane is truly an exceptional example to all dispatchers, and this honor reflects the proud ideals and high standards of the veterans of foreign wars of the United States. In witness hereof, we have hereto unset our hands in the officialcy of the veterans of foreign wars. Dwayne Sorrento, Commander-in-Chief. Go over here and get some pictures, if you would, please.
I will.
We have the award. There's also a VFW National Dispatcher Award and an Iowa 100th year commemoration coin. We'll start with the coin since that gets one thing out of my hand. Say cheese, Bob. This is the VFW National 911 Dispatchers Medal. Okay, and
All right, congratulations, Bob.
For your award, you got to stay, Bob. Good answer. Good answer.
I have to escort him out.
All right, well, moving on, item 7 is our public hearings. And tonight we have a public hearing regarding the status of funded activities for the East Façade Downtown Revitalization Grant.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and tonight is the National Dispatcher Award presentation and several public hearings that are required, and there's required scripts. Dan Lobianco from ECI will take us through those. Go ahead, Dan.
Thank you, Josh and Mayor, and I want to open with a thank you to, particularly to Tom and Josh for the kind remarks in regard to East Central Intergovernmental Association that I work for, your COG out of 7600 Commerce Park in Dubuque. That's my address. We do have some public hearings, and it doesn't necessarily hurt my feelings if they didn't want to stick around for these three. But we do have a few things. First, on the east facades. This is simply as a reminder that we applied for the CDBG DTR funded grant to continue to improve the highly visible downtown facades. This grant was to continue the effort on the east side of downtown after we had completion of a number of them on the west side. The purpose of this project was to eliminate some of the slum and blight in the target area of downtown Maquoketa. The properties designated as fair or poor had similar deteriorating conditions, resulting in slum and blight. A rehabilitation plan was created to eliminate slum and blight elements. The current proposal includes facade and exterior repairs to 9 storefronts on 7 buildings. With this grant, the scope from bidding to completion was set for 3 years. As construction needs to be completed in August of this year, we are quickly approaching the 50% project completion mark, with anticipation of reaching that mark here in June. Invoices are currently being processed and approved by you, the council. You will likely receive 4 more pay apps to approve on your agenda, likely in July through September. As with other grants, supply chain, workforce, and busy construction schedules impacted the schedule. The price of the materials skyrocketed since estimates 2.5 years ago. Other than pricing, though, the build-out itself has gone as planned, with 2 buildings dropping out, but another one being added from the original evaluated buildings. So 239,735 was subtracted, but 83,215 was added, and there's ongoing change orders altering figures slightly. Funds should end up covering about 50% of the projects. Other than this, only small change orders, as I indicated, outside the scope have been altered since our bidding in late 2022. The budget reflects construction draws requests to date of $150,516.66, with improvements on 6 of the 7 structures. Within a few months, you will see a budget spending summarizing the entire construction balance of $699,436, $349,758 in total covered by the grant, including administration, and the balance from escrows of the property owners. Our original performance target was to reach a halfway point in 2023 and be complete by June 30th of this year. We subsequently pushed the completion date back to August, and we will host a state official site visit very soon. This was basically a summary of the activities, schedules, project scope, objectives, beneficiaries for this community facility project. If anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them, or we'll find an answer soon for you. And as always, you can let me know if you have additional questions, comments, or concerns in the future.
Anybody have any questions? Okay.
Move to close the public hearing.
We have a motion to close by Lyon, seconded by Colister. If we have no objection, take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is a public hearing on the status of funded activities for the Maquoketa Wastewater Treatment Facility Improvement Project. You're back again.
I am back again, and this is simply a reminder that we applied for this CDBG WWTF funded grant to upgrade our wastewater treatment facility to be in compliance with the discharge limits of the NPDES operating permit. The permit established limits that require the proposed WWTF improvements to achieve compliance. The city's engineering consultant identified multiple options and selected the most cost-effective alternative to achieve this compliance. With this grant, the scope from bidding to completion was set for 3 years. and construction needed to be completed by last December. We have since submitted and were approved for an extension, and our new date is no later than June 30th of 2025. We are quickly approaching the 50% completion mark, with anticipating reaching that mark this summer. Invoices are currently being processed and approved by you, the council. You will likely receive several more pay apps dated into next year to approve on your agenda. As with other grants, supply chains, workforce, and busy construction schedule issues resulted in significantly higher prices since the estimates 4 years ago. The build-out itself has gone as planned, simply delayed to find other funding sources. Originally estimated at $10,448,000, we received a grant for $575,000 in construction costs just from the CDBG and $25,000 in administration. So needing the EPA, DNR, and local funds, this grant should end up covering about 3%, or we probably should say only 3%, but it will be a welcome 3%, down from the original estimate of 5.5% when we first applied. Other than this, the only change orders outside the original scope have been altered since our bidding in January of 2023. The budget reflects construction draw requests to date of $6,270,983.89 of the adjusted construction total, which is now $15,693,809.63. The current administrative spreadsheet indicates $14,509.89 has been drawn. By this time next year, you will see a budget spending summarizing the entire construction balance, $600,000 in total covered by this grant, including administration. Our original target was to reach a halfway point sometime in 2022 and be complete by December 31st of 2023. We spoke of the extensions we applied for and did get. And we will host a state official site probably, official visit probably early next year for this. So again, this was a basic summary of the activities, schedules, project scope, objectives, and beneficiaries for this community facility project. If anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them, or we'll find an answer as soon as possible. And as always, you can let me know if you have additional questions, comments, or concerns in the future.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anything from the audience? Anybody on Zoom? Take a motion to close the hearing. Got a motion by Colister, seconded by Rickrell, to close the public hearing. We have no objection, take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is a public hearing on the CDBG grant application for a 114 East Platt upper story living project. Take it away.
All right, so we have one more. This one is hopefully for some funding yet to come. So I am also here to request a new resolution endorsing the application for a community development block grant for for housing upper story conversion program. The grant application would be submitted on behalf of the city of Maquoketa, but specifically for the 114 East Platt upper story housing project. The application is to the Iowa Economic Development Authority, IEDA, for the special 2024 Housing Upper Story Conversion grant for the full amount of up to $600,000. The application will be submitted on or before June 30th, 2024. Veach Properties LLC will pledge a minimum of 20% of their respective costs as the local effort, the local match toward the activity identified in the CDBG application. The Urban Revitalization Plan program will potentially represent the city's non-cash support of the project. Through this public hearing, we are demonstrating that the city and council are committed to the mitigating slum and blight in our downtown districts and the housing needs of the entire community as clearly identified last fall in the Community Development Needs Assessment that you all passed, or that the council passed back then. The space to be renovated is currently vacant. There will be no residential nor business displacement due to this grant construction work. In the unexpected occasion that would change, the city will comply fully with the Uniform Relocation Act and Section 104D. The project is located in the lowest income census tract in the area and necessarily presented as rental opportunities. We fully expect the project to be beneficial to both low income and minority populations. And again, if anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them, or we'll find an answer as soon as possible. And again, as always, you can let me know if you have additional questions, comments, or concerns in the future.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody in the audience? Anybody on Zoom? I take a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Lyon, seconded by Coolman. We have no objection, take the roll.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
All right. We move on now to item 8, which is our consent agenda for the evening, and it's the minutes of the June 3rd, 2024 regular meeting, our bills payable through June 17th, 2024, in the amount of $211,587.74. The May financial reports, renewal of a special Class C alcohol license filed by the Maquoketa Firefighters Association, and the renewal of a Class C retail alcohol license filed by the Maquoketa Brewery.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Rickroll. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Lyon.
Abstain.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We have no old business, so we'll move into number 10, new business. Item A is a resolution extending an agreement and contract for fire protection to the city of Baldwin.
So moved. Second.
Okay, well, we have a motion by Simonson, seconded by Colister. Do you have anything you want to add?
Negative.
Okay, we have no discussion, then take the roll.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
All right, item B is a resolution approving department heads and city manager salary increase of 3.5% effective July 1st, 2024.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. Any discussion on this? If not, take the roll.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is a resolution approving purchase of a 2024 Peterbilt 548 truck chassis in the amount of $115,418 from GTG Peterbilt.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Lyon. Do you have anything you want to add?
We covered this at Public Works Committee, and wasn't sure how things were gonna go. The only information I didn't disclose to them was some fund balance information, which I provided in the last paragraph in this section, just to show where this plus 24 comes from. And I think the challenge with this discussion at Public Works Committee is whether or not we're actually gonna be in line for this international truck and be subject to another change order request in the fall like we were last year. So we'd rather go with our knowns than unknowns at this point and get our truck.
Okay, if there's no more discussion, then take the roll.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Item D is a resolution setting public hearing date of July 1st, 2024 at 6 p.m. for discussion and approval of the final design for the 23 CF003 Sunshine Learning Center Community Development Block Grant and Community Facility Services. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Exciting times. We'll have our design final. Sunshine will, but we have to approve it. That's about to be here, and we're going to have a public hearing, the next council meeting, to discuss those plans. So that's all this is.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E is a resolution approving CDBG-CV application for upper story conversion grant for the city of Maquoketa East Platt Upper Story Housing Project. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Just approving pretty much the application filing for the project. I just want to make a note to what Dan LoBianco was saying. He did say minimum 20% in his speech. Our Sunshine contract requires all local match costs. We'll be doing the same in the contract with Veach Properties, just FYI. And to further expand what he meant by qualified census tract, any property in city limits in Maquoketa east of Main Street is in the qualified census tract. It's a pretty large expanse, so it should be a good application for them to prove a case that there's good housing needs in Maquoketa. Any questions on that?
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Alinger,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. And if we have no more discussion, take the roll.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
All right, that passes. We make it to item 11, reports and communications. Do we have anything from any city council members?
I do have something. I was wondering if we could take a look at the door hanger policy for the water shutoff. I was talking with Jen here this last week, and I talked with Josh a little bit about it too. We're getting a lot of them. So I was kind of wondering, Jen had some really good ideas on how to streamline it to kind of make it so there wasn't so many water shutoffs in the town. And plus it ties her up and her workers up. They really want to focus on this new water department and the ins and outs of it. And I don't think they're really getting a good, chance at it with a lot of the door hangers getting hung. Me personally, I'd like to maybe kind of do what MMEU does and give everybody like a 24-hour notice to the homeowner before it was, and give them a fair chance to come down and pay it before it goes into late. So it kind of saves the girls in the office some paperwork, and it saves Jen some time hanging door hangers, if that would be possible. Yeah, that's it.
Anybody else? City manager?
I was just gonna mention, well, first off, I hope you guys have noticed all the crack filling in town. How could you not? They're finished at this point, so that helps keep water away from holes in the street. The next phase of this and street improvement contracts that we have will be here Wednesday, and it's only gonna hit one block. It's gonna look kind of strange to folks in town. I'm sure you guys will get a call, because I know we had an instance last year on it where effectively the ceiling contractor we have is Corrective Asphalt Materials, and they sell two main products, Reclamite and CRF. Reclamite's designed for new streets. It preserves your new street investment and keeps it good for a much longer time. And I've talked to references who would love to put this stuff down 15 minutes after you have a new street, but budgets can only go so far. This is an inexpensive product, however, but it's gonna look quite strange when it's going down on just one block in North Dearborn. So it's just a little test we're running. They're gonna return later in the season, and there's 8 streets that are getting the much heavier ceiling product. So if you take any calls, if there's anyone else out there that you know of wondering, hey, this street's new, why not me over here? It's why. It's a test, it's an inexpensive product, and it's designed to go on new street. Just wanted to make that clear to you. Since we've discussed, it's no secret that the old hospital has been a topic of community conversation lately. We are working with our city attorney on trying to determine if there's some way to get ahead of some cost for maintenance purposes. There's not, just to let you know. And we're under the impression as of today with our city attorney, and we're clear with Brad Coran in our building office, that when we get to an ordinance violation, we have to issue it and then order up the maintenance service because it's a municipal ordinance violation. So what's going to happen at that point is we have to order the service, we have to bill the owner, it's gonna go unpaid likely, eventually hits a tax bill. Hopefully a sale or transaction happens at some point, and we're given our tax liens that way. So it's not gonna be a quick process, but I wanted to outline that process. It's been really kind of consulted with at this point. It's kind of an unfortunate point in history. But the federal government, assuming they seize the property, they do participate in paying state and local property taxes up to a certain point. So it's our hope that we get recovered on some of these expenses. Just want to keep everyone informed.
Okay. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, we have a motion by Coolman,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.